I was thinking about something weirdly specific this morning. It's that split second of panic when you walk up to a counter, the cashier looks at you, and suddenly you have to perform.
Perform? You mean like ordering a coffee?
Exactly. It feels like a performance, doesn't it? We have these scripts we follow. Hi, how are you? I'll have the usual. But when you actually look at the raw data of our daily conversations, ordering food, fixing a bank error, even talking to a doctor, it's fascinating how fragile that script really is.
That is such an interesting way to frame it. We treat these interactions as transactional. I give you money, you give me a spicy chicken sandwich, but they are actually these high-stakes social dances. I was looking through a massive set of conversational data recently, covering everything from fast food drive-thrus to divorce lawyers. And what struck me was the unpredictability.
Right? Take the fast food scenario. It seems simple. You want a spicy chicken sandwich, waffle fries, and a lemonade. But what happens when the script breaks?
The out-of-stock moment. That is the classic disruption. In one scenario, a customer wants waffle fries, which, let's be honest, is the only reason you go to certain places, and they are told, sorry, we're out.
That is a tragedy in 3 acts.
It really is, and watch the negotiation that follows. The server offers coleslaw or mac and cheese. Now, physically, those are just calories, but emotionally, you wanted the crunch of the fry, and now you're settling for the soft texture of pasta. It's a micro-disappointment. The customer says, I guess I'll take the mac and cheese. You can hear the resignation.
It's the I guess that kills me. It's that moment of compromising your desire to keep the line moving. But then you have the flip side, the secret menu power move.
Oh, the in-and-out scenario?
Yes, the double-double animal style. That is a completely different psychology. When you order off a secret menu, you aren't just a customer anymore. You're an insider. You're speaking a coded language.
That's a great point. It shifts the power dynamic. You aren't reading the board, you know the system. But notice how even then, the script requires confirmation. The cashier repeats it back. Double-double, grilled onions, animal fries. It's a ritual of verification. If they get it wrong, the insider status is broken.
And speaking of getting it wrong, let's talk about the wrong address nightmare. We saw a case with a pizza delivery driver. First day on the job, nervous. And he goes to Lane Street instead of Lane Street.
That is the modern horror story. It highlights how dependent we are on precision. One letter difference, an I versus an E, and the entire transaction collapses. But what I loved about that interaction was the humanity of it. The driver is panicking, the customer is starving, and yet they have to navigate this awkward apology.
And the technology failure. He finally gets there, and he forgot the card reader.
That is the ultimate friction. We live in a world that promises seamlessness. Tap to pay, order ahead, delivery tracking. But when the battery dies or the terminal fails, we are suddenly thrown back into the stone age of, do you have cash?
Which brings up the cash-only taco truck scenario. That one felt so visceral. You order 3 arrabbiata tacos, you're ready to eat, and then, boom, cash only, and you only have $10.
That is a lesson in economics and value prioritization. You have $10. The total is $12.75. Suddenly, you have to decide, what is essential? The customer sacrifices a taco to keep the guacamole.
I respected that choice.
Me too. It says so much about human desire. The guacamole was non-negotiable. The quantity of food was negotiable. But the quality of the experience, the flavor, was not. It's a perfect example of how we make trade-offs under pressure.
It really is. But let's pivot to something heavier. We aren't just ordering tacos. We use these same conversational structures for life-altering moments. There was a dialogue involving a divorce lawyer that stood out to me.
Oh, that was a sharp turn. 1 minute we are talking about extra dipping sauce. The next we are talking about filing a petition for divorce. But you're right, the structure is eerily similar.
How so?
Well, look at the pattern. Problem statement. I can't stand this marriage. Evidence. He was caught with another woman. Proposed solution. File the petition. It's a transaction. It's painful. It's emotional. But it follows a logic flow just like ordering a bagel.
That is terrifyingly clinical.
It has to be. The lawyer Barney plays the role of the emotional regulator. Just like the cashier says, would you like a drink with that? To keep the order moving, the lawyer says, calm down, think this through. He is trying to impose order on chaos.
It's the customer service voice applied to heartbreak.
Exactly, and we see that in the medical scenarios too. The mother bringing her daughter to the dentist, the child is screaming, "I don't want to check my teeth." The mother is stressed. The doctor has to be the calm authority.
The Dr. Philip persona. He doesn't just say, open your mouth. He frames it as a solution. I'll extract them and get her teeth cleaned. It's managing expectations. But I noticed something interesting in the clinic dialogue with the nurses, Liz and May.
The conversation about burnout?
Yeah, they aren't talking to a patient. They are talking to each other. I worked my tail off. I took 2 painkillers. It's the backstage reality. We usually only hear the front of house script, how can I help you? But behind the curtain, the service providers are exhausted.
That is a crucial insight. Every smooth transaction we experience, that perfectly poured latte, that rapid medical checkup, is built on someone else's exhaustion. There's a cost to the script.
Speaking of cost, can we talk about the BBQ line, the Franklin barbecue scenario, waiting in line for an hour?
Excessive is the point. That line resonated with me.
Why do we do that? Why do we wait an hour for brisket?
It's the pilgrimage. If you walk right in and get the food, it's just lunch. If you suffer for it, if you wait in the heat for an hour, it becomes an event. The scarcity creates the value. And notice the dialogue there, the debate between getting ribs or brisket. Get both.
That feels excessive.
And the response? We've been waiting an hour. The sunk cost fallacy kicks in. We have already invested time, so we might as well overinvest in calories. It's irrational, but it's so human.
And then the tragedy strikes again. They run out of mac and cheese.
It's the Chick-fil-A waffle fry situation all over again, but at a higher stake because of the wait time, the rib dilemma. It shows that no matter how much we plan, the system has entropy. Things run out, machines break.
It makes me think about the role of the fixer in these dialogues. The person who has to smooth it over. Like the barista at Blue Bottle when they ran out of almond croissants.
Right. The pivot. We don't have almond, but we have chocolate. It's sales 101, but it's also social grooming. They are trying to prevent the customer from feeling a loss. They replace the loss with a gain. Chocolate is actually better, implies the subtext.
Unless you're the guy at the bagel shop who forgot to order ahead for his mom.
Oh, Jack. That poor guy. That was pure family drama wrapped in a retail transaction. He needs a dozen bagels, specifically poppy seed, or his mom will kill him.
And they don't have them.
The solution there was hilarious. Just mix it up. She won't even notice. It's the good enough philosophy. We strive for perfection in our orders. Extra foam, onions on the side. But eventually, reality forces us to accept good enough.
It's interesting how money plays into this awkwardness. There was that scene at the deli where the card reader was acting up. Do you have Venmo?
That is the blurring of lines. A deli is a formal business, but Venmo is how you pay your friend for pizza. When the formal infrastructure fails, we revert to peer-to-peer trust. I'll Venmo you. It turns a commercial transaction into a personal one.
It's intimate in a weird way. Just like the guy buying shoes for his son because his wife told him to. He doesn't know the size. He doesn't know the style. He is helpless.
He is. He's totally reliant on the shop assistant. Do you have size 8C? He's outsourcing his parenting logistics to the stranger in the store. And the assistant steps up. It shows that we are all constantly leaning on strangers to help us navigate our own lives.
That's a beautiful way to put it. We are leaning on strangers, whether it's the bank teller helping us reset a password we forgot.
Oh, the password reset. Make it familiar but not too simple. That is such a modern parable. We are protecting our digital souls with a string of characters we can't even remember. The bank teller becomes the gatekeeper to our own identity.
And yet, we maintain this politeness. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Even when we are stressed, even when the system is broken, we cling to these manners.
We do. And I think that's what holds society together. It's not the laws or the infrastructure, it's the please, the thank you, and the no worries when the card gets declined. It's the social lubricant that keeps the machine from grinding to a halt.
There was one moment that felt different, though. The matcha oat milk honey cloud discussion.
The Starbucks satire. Why are there so many options?
Because this place is fancy. There is a cynicism there. We know we are being marketed to. We know the names are ridiculous, but we buy it anyway.
And the hypocrisy. Character A mocks the fancy drink, calls it overpriced, and then orders an iced caramel latte. Character B calls them out. Basic.
We want to be unique, but we also want to fit in. We want the New Orleans cold brew because it sounds cultured, but deep down, we just want caffeine and sugar.
Exactly. The menu is a mirror. It reflects our aspirations. I am the kind of person who eats avocado toast. I'm the kind of person who drinks sparkling water. But then the waiter brings the wrong thing, or the price is too high and the mask slips.
I love the idea of the menu as a mirror. So, if we step back and look at all these interactions, from the high-stakes divorce to the low-stakes donut run, what is the common thread?
I think the thread is the search for connection and control. We live in a chaotic world. We can't control the weather, the economy, or other people. But we can control whether we get onions on our burger.
Or at least we think we can.
Right? And when we can't, when the onions are forgotten or the bagels are sold out, it feels like a disproportionate crisis because it was the one thing we thought we had a handle on.
So the anger at the out-of-stock sign isn't really about the waffle fries.
No, it's about the loss of agency. And the resolution, the okay, I'll take the coleslaw, is an act of acceptance. It's a mini surrender to the universe.
That is incredibly profound for a conversation that started with fast food.
Well, that's life, isn't it? It's just a series of small orders, hoping they get it right and dealing with it when they don't.
And hopefully having a friend to pay for you when you forget your wallet.
Ideally, that is the true safety net.
So, to our listeners, the next time you are standing in line, staring at that menu board, feeling that pressure to choose, take a breath.
Realize you are participating in a massive, complex social play. Be kind to the cashier. They are just reading their lines too.
And maybe, just maybe, have a backup plan in case they are out of waffle fries.
Always have a backup plan.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next line.
Take care.